Guys, what's up? How are you doing? Enjoying the lockdown, alright? Since we don't have option, I was seeing this movie Kamya. We say, just enjoying life. Or option hi kya hai, right? So enjoying the lockdown and learning as much as possible and just becoming the best version of yourself, right? So in this video, I'm going to talk about love marriage versus arranged marriage and what's the right thing to do, right? And also whether you should even marry or not, right? So we are going to discuss this today, and I'm going to tell you what you should do, what a real man should do, right? Obviously it depends on case to case, but yeah, we have very solid fundamentals here that you must learn in order to make the right choice. So let's get it started, right? So love marriage, arranged marriage. Majority, what do they do? Arranged marriage, right? Why do they do that? So you have to really see in India especially, guys have a huge advantage, right? Because of the trend of arranged marriage. So the guy, is taught from the childhood that get a good job and study well, and once you're making a lot of money, you'll get a beautiful girl to marry you. And that's true. Yes, it's true, right? But does the girl come for the money and the security that guy provides, or the girl comes for the guy? That's the thing, that's what you have to understand, right? So in 95% of those cases, girls go for the security that the guy is going to provide her, in exchange of her, being his wife, right? So that's the value, that the guy is going to provide. So, if you really look at it, it's like legal prostitution, right? Now, it's a very strong opinion to have, but it is true if you look at it. Especially, nowadays women are still working, right? Previously, when women didn't work, or all the housewives today, right, who are not working. So what happens is, it's like, when you actually go to brothel or prostitute, you actually go and get a girl and, pay money. So you get it for one day or something like that, right? Or for some time. And in marriage, it's the same thing you're doing. You're giving her security in terms of finances, and, you're just like getting her for the whole life. So this leads to very ugly outcomes, right? And that's why I hate the idea of arranged marriage, and no one should ever do arranged marriage, right? So especially like the guys who are not good with women, that's their only choice, and that's where it's their savior, arranged marriage. But is it the right thing? Absolutely not, right? After a few years of the marriage, suppose the girl is thinking about someone else, but still she has to fulfill her duty and make love to the husband because he's providing security for her. So that's where it resembles prostitution, where she doesn't want to, but in exchange of money she has to, right? So similarly, a wife is fulfilling her duty in order to please her husband, and in exchange get security of the kids, and biologically that's how she feels and she thinks. Now let's consider the point of a man. So from a man point of view, there is such a loser's thing, like using your money or your job to get a girl, to sleep with you, or that's how you marry the girl. So that's such a loser thing to do, right? Because the girl is not coming for you, dude. She is going to come for your security that you're providing her, and that is not something that you have to be proud of. So one of the books I read a long time ago, it's called The 50th Law. It's by Robert Greene and 50 Cent, right? So in that there's a chapter called self-reliance, right? So self-reliance, you should always be self-reliant. So if you need your job to get a girl, that's a very bad thing, right? So that's what a loser will do, right? So the girl will come not for you, dude. She'll come for the money that you're going to give her, right? And that's something that should hit your self-esteem and bring it really down, if you think about it, right? Yet this world is conditioned in such a way that this trend will keep on going, because that's how it started long time back. That's how men used to take advantage of women, and just in exchange of security, they are getting her for the whole life, and that's, they think it's good, and that's what society is promoting as well. So it's such a shame that we are part of a society which especially in India, which promotes that, right? So that's one thing. But I'm not saying here, am I saying that don't get a good job or don't have a lot of money? No, but don't do it just for marriage, right? Do it for yourself. Don't do it for the girl, do it for yourself, so that you have the freedom, you have the abundance, and you have access to much more cooler things and much more dope people in your life, right? But if that's the only thing that's driving people to come to you, then it's a very bad thing, right? You have to be attractive at the same time. That's why one of the main skills that you must learn is to be attractive, and like even without money, if you're somewhere, how to still be high status and convey that to the girls. So even if you are not making a lot of money, like I'm not saying you should not, you should, right? You should make a lot of money, but I'm just telling you to imply and emphasize the point that that's not the end goal, right? Money is only needed by losers to get women, right? It can be an advantage, but if it's your only sole thing to get a woman, then it's bad. Okay, let's come back to the topic. I've just like deviated from the topic a little bit. So let's come back to the topic of marriage, right? So arranged marriage explained. So now let's talk about love marriage. So in love marriage, what's going to happen is two people meet, and they can meet in different kind of relationships, right? There is independent relationship, interdependent relationship, and codependent relationships. So in this video, I'm not going to go into what kind of relationship they have, but let's just talk about the main gist that is there in the relationship and how to go about it the right way, right? So in love marriage, two people meet, and so one of the things a few people ask me is, should you get into a live-in relationship with a girl that you want to marry? And I say absolute yes, right? There is no way you should marry unless you have been in a live-in relationship with a girl, at least for 2 years, right? 2 years is like the minimum time you should be in a relationship with a live-in relationship, not just relationship, live-in relationship. And that's when you decide, you both decide whether you can live each other for a lifetime, right? So that's something that you have to think about. So live-in relationship, minimum of 2 years, right? So don't rush things, because you see a lot of people who just meet, they fall in love, and they get married, and it's all sweet for the first few months, and after that they just kind of break up. And I have seen it personally with few of my friends who have gone through that, right? So I wouldn't suggest that you go that route, right? So minimum 2 years in a live-in relationship, and that's when you decide if you really get along each other, and if you can spend time for 2 years together, then go for it, right? Now let's come to the third part. Should you even marry, right? Should you even marry, right? So if you ask me, I'm totally against the idea of marriage, right? Why is that? See, so okay, not arranged, not love. Let's talk. Arranged marriage is obviously the loser's choice, so we are not going to talk about that at all. We are just going to consider the thing of love marriage, right? The love marriage thing. So in love marriage, what happens is, you meet, you fall in like love, you're cherishing each other, and then you start living in a live-in relationship. There will be obviously some problems because you're living together. So there will be a little bit of problems. That's obvious, happens with all the humans. There is no perfect relationship where everything will be smooth together forever all the time. There will be few problems. Okay, so after a couple of years, then you finally decide, right, whether you want to marry or not. But here's the thing. So even after 2 years, if you decide to marry each other, and suppose 2 years after marriage, after 1 year, maybe in the life of the guy, he gets attracted to some other woman, right? And like can happen anytime, right? He maybe control himself for 2 years, and he was like, okay, this is gonna work out. But maybe a year after marriage, the girl came into his life, and he is all about her now, right? So what's going to happen now? So he is gonna get frustrated. Okay, the guy is gonna get frustrated, and he is gonna be cranky around her wife, right? He's gonna be in a bad mood. He's gonna get irritated at the smallest of things, and that's something which is not good in a relationship, right? When that negative energy comes in, right? So the ideal right? That is not the ideal. So it can happen from the woman's side as well. After 2 years of marriage, maybe she meets a guy who she really gets along with, right? And I mean, that I see this all the time. This is so common, like so this is gonna happen, and the girl will get attracted to some guy outside of her marriage, and then she realizes, oh my god, I made a big mistake, like I cannot really get out now until she divorces, which is not easy for her, because that's a social image that she doesn't want to have, that she's divorced. So she is going to take a more safer choice and keeping herself suppressed and live a life that is not worth living, right? So that's the reason why you should not even marry. You should have good relationships, because see, one thing you have to understand in life, that things change, and once things change, it's not the same anymore. So you have to be adaptable to changes. So you can just say to her, as long as we are together, it's going to be awesome. We are having fun, we are enjoying each other, and it's a beautiful time that we are having, right? But after some time, it may be possible that it's not working out, right? At that time, you must move on and don't get stuck up there, because see, everything is temporary, nothing is permanent, right? So the relationship may last a lifetime, maybe it won't, who knows, right? But don't get into each other into that, like documentation of marriage, all that family pressure and stuff like that. It's much better to have a girlfriend and to have a boyfriend and not get into marriage in the first place, right? Because in case you like someone else later on, so you don't have to go through that, and and even if you have the guts to go through that, that's good. But if you don't, then again it's going to be a problem, because you're going to get cranky, bad mood, bad relationship, and it's just not going to work out, right? So it's your choice which lane you want to go. I have given you all the 3 lanes, right? Arranged marriage, love marriage, no marriage. What's the lane? So what do you think is the right lane? So please comment down what you think and what's your opinion about arranged marriage, love marriage, or whether we should do marriage or not, right? Another one of the things that would come is, my parents have done so much for me and they want me to marry, and so I have to do it. So I mean, dude, that's even to a girl, right? So that's a stupid concept that you're contemplating in your head, that because they have helped me grown up and invested in me, now it's my time to give back to them by marrying a girl. So that's not really ideal, right? That's a stupid concept that you have inside your head. That's, if you really think deeply about it, there's no truth to that, right? So don't continue the social conditioning further by giving into that thing, right? So this is something that I really want to talk about today, what I think about marriage, and please let me know what you think. Do you agree with what I said, or what if you have any other different opinion, right? If you want to ask, you can write down, but this is the true way of going about it and making the right decision when it comes to marriage, right? So like the video, subscribe to this channel, okay, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, because now I'm uploading daily new videos that's going to change your life forever, because this is my years of experience that you're seeing in these videos, and the knowledge that I'm giving you is transformational, and it's going to help you transcend all areas of your life and reach the next level. And don't forget to click the bell icon as well, okay? So like this video, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon as well. And if you want to apply for my online course, which is getting great results students, maybe next video I should do the testimonials of how the students are getting the results, and maybe the next video will be about testimonials, right? So comment down if you're excited to hear about testimonials and how it's helping people change their lives and get better in the areas that they want, right? So and if you want to know more about the coaching program, you can WhatsApp and get the contact from the website, like Mohit, and you can email me mohit@mohitarora.co, or visit realdating.school.contact us and shoot me WhatsApp message, and someone will get in touch with you, and then we can take it from there, right? And so I hope you gain knowledge from the video today, and I love making this for you. So please hit the like button, it motivates me to make more videos and I'll help you guys. So until next time, cheers.